back to my channel. It's your girl Scarlett here today, and if you are new, hit the subscribe button down below so you do not miss a future upload. And today's video is going to be my top 5 artists of the month plus my honorable 4 mentions. So without further ado, just get to seeing who I have been listening to the most this month. Okay, so I'm going to do it like I usually do for the songs. I don't know if I've ever done this video before. I can't remember. Low-key, this whole last 6 months have been a blur. So at number 5 is Charlie Pride. Now, a lot of you guys either know or don't know. If you're on my channel for this content specifically, like my top blanks of the month or whatever, Charlie Pride has a special place in my heart. He is my favorite male country vocalist next to John Denver. And I got into Charlie Pride's music. And a lot of people will say, in my family, will be like, oh, it's because your grams loved him. No, I was listening to him way before she passed away in 2019. But it does give me that connection to my grams. I have been listening to Is Anybody Going to Stand in Tone, Crystal Chandeliers, Just Between You and Me, all his OG great classic songs. An honorable mention for a song would be probably Kalijah and Never Been So Loved in My Life. Now, number 4 is the main reason I probably, of all my videos, the main person that's usually in all my top blahs of the month, it is Mr. Andrew Roy Gibb, aka Andy Gibb. He has been, I think he's more like my summer artist. I low-key feel like I listen to him mostly in the summer. I listen to him all year round, but I get into his album rotation, so I listen to Flowing Rivers, the whole album specifically, a lot during the summer. So Flowing Rivers has been played a lot, Words of Music, and a couple other tracks, Come Home for the Winter. Even though I consider that his only Christmas song, I divulged into that in my Andy Gibb top 10 songs, so go watch that video. And of course a couple of his songs that aren't actually on Spotify, which includes his cover of Words. And then there's this whole video clip that resurfaced a couple months ago where I think he was in Chile doing a live performance. He does a bunch of his brother's songs. Beautiful performance. Number 3 is the Carpenters. Again, I will say that they are also my heavy rotation comfort summer artists. I really got into the Carpenters the summer of 2016, so I fell in love with their music at Christmas of 2015. So technically this coming December, it'll been 10 years that I literally got obsessed with the Carpenters. But when I really started learning about their life story, how they got to Downey, A&M Records label signing, all the Karen's issues, Richard's issue, everything about the Carpenters, what makes them who they are, because Richard's still here with us as of this filming. It was literally June of 2016. I was 14 and a half, and I don't know, it was something changed in my brain. I don't know if it was a frontal lobe kicked in a little bit at that age when you're developing, because I was still an early teenager. And I just love their music so much. I could go on and on about the Carpenters. Literally, I love Those Good Old Dreams right now. And then I really actually have gotten into the Horizon album now, 50 years later. Crazy that album came out 50 years ago. Please, Mr. Postman. But my favorites are actually not the singles. I really love Love For Me For What I Am. And then the other one that has really been I don't know, really grabbing my heartstrings, because the way Karen sings it is I'm caught between Goodbye and I Love You. And then of course Solitaire. Those 3 I feel are some of her best vocal performances, despite the fact that during this time she was already going into her issues. So her vocal performance on this album was just so supreme. Anyways, getting back on track. My number 2 artist for the month is none other than ABBA. ABBA has always been there, will always be one of my favorite groups ever to exist. Hopefully I can go to ABBA Voyage one day to see them live. That is one of my goals for, I don't know when, because I know there's talks about them coming to bringing the show to Vegas, so that would be really cool. Vegas, Nevada, not New Mexico. To clarify, because some people know that depending where you're watching me from, I live in New Mexico. Anyways, but ABBA, there's so much to say about ABBA. I love them so much. I do think, again, if you go watch some of my other videos, you'll see some of my favorite songs, are still in rotation. So Our Last Summer, If It Wasn't for the Nights, Honey Honey specifically is, my jam. Ring Ring is my jam right now. I feel like it just takes me back to when I first discovered them when I was 15, 16, depending on, because I say I fell in love with ABBA the fall of 2017, the same time I fell in love with Andy's music, in 2017, so I was 15, gonna be 16, and it's what a weird circle of life for somebody like in the 2020s or 2010s to 2020s, being a teenager, falling in love with their music, just like people did 40 plus years ago. And then my number one artist is gonna it shocks me, even though I love this person so much. I just didn't know I was like that nostalgic listening to not nostalgic, what's the word? Obsessed? Maybe that's a better word, with this person's music. And they're not from they're from modern day, they're not from the past. So that's why I'm like shocked, because I've never had this person, anybody in like recent history, be my number one artist for the month, and that is Spencer Sutherland. Now this won't come to a surprise to anybody that has been watching my channel for a long time. So I discovered Spencer through, almost said Bay City Rollers, no, Big Time Rush. See, BTR, BCR, I always get the little acronyms mixed up when I'm talking. Anyways, and again, saw him in February for the Drama Tour. I have been obsessed with his album, The Drama. He released a deluxe version at the end of May. I have picked up on a couple of his new songs where I'm obsessed with: Cruel, Clean Up the Glitter, and then I love Modern Heartbreak. My favorite will always be Let Me Loose. So I can see why he's my number one artist. So shout out to you, Spencer. You're making great music that I absolutely love and will continue to stream forever and ever. And now let's get into my honorable top 4 artists that are also somewhere towards the top of the list. Okay, so at number 6, this shouldn't surprise anybody because it's the Bee Gees, it's the Gibb Brothers. So I'm not surprised that they've been bouncing around. Like, I've been like watching this list for a while, and the Bee Gees and Charlie Pride have been fighting each other for number 5 spot. So I'm not surprised that Charlie like kicked him out for a little bit. But number 6 is the Bee Gees. I listen to more of the music on YouTube specifically, which I can get into like a top, like, because I think YouTube does like a wrapped music depending. I can go look at that. That could be another video I do later this summer. But the Bee Gees, ESP, go stream that album. That is like one of their best albums next to the One album. I love that 2-year period. I know Andy passes away, and that's why the 1989 album is like so, I think, passionate, because they didn't want to lose what they saw Andy lose, like everything, and gave up on everything. I digress. I need to stop talking about that. But that's why the Bee Gees are like so high up, but like they're fighting for their life to get into the number 5 spot again. But the Gibb Brothers music, that is always going to be in my heart. Well, that's on my sister's side, but you can tell that they are some of our favorite people in the world. Now, number 7 is going to be probably a surprise to a good chunk of my followers on here, because I don't talk about this artist. She's from modern day. I love her album from last year, and I think I've talked about it a little bit, but Taylor Swift, the Tortured Poets Department literally inspired one of my what if books, kind of the vibe. So Long London, the title track off of Taylor Swift's album, and the title track, Tortured Poets Department. Oh my gosh, that's a tongue twister. The So Long London and the Tortured Poets Department literally inspired my one of my Andy Gibb books on Wattpad. You guys can go Google it if you guys are interested in reading some like rare, like fan fiction. I'm not afraid to say that I write fan fiction or wrote fan fiction about Andy Gibb the last couple of years with Karen Carpenter, not them together. Gotta preface that. But yeah, Taylor Swift, I love those 2 tracks, and then yeah, I just love her more modern music. I do love a lot of her earlier tracks because that was like my childhood. Anyways, and number 8 is not going to be a surprise to a lot of my followers at all. Bay City Rollers. They are my summer artists, usually them and the Carpenters, and I talked about this in a video like a long time ago, so I'll probably link that at the end if I remember. It was in a tag video for the music tag. The Bay City Rollers specifically are my summer artists. I started listening to them 10 years ago. I was 13 years old, like most people were, 40 plus years ago, falling in love with the Rollers and their music. Again, I have a whole video. I dived into their music, my top 10 songs. I love their music. Still cannot believe that Les and Ellen and Ian are gone, but we will not let the music die. Now, number 9 is a wild card, but not really, because I liked them quietly in 2018, 2019, and then I forgot about them till my mother brought them back up, because I can go back on one of my playlists, and I literally had their songs on my playlist. It is Air Supply, and Air Supply, I don't know what it is with their music. It's kind of just like the way that the Gibbs wrote their music. It's just like that little bug that gets in you. My favorite one is Every Woman in the World. That one is my favorite song right now, like forever. I think that's gonna be my favorite Air Supply song ever to exist. I should do, that just gave me an idea in the middle of filming. I should do my top 10 Air Supply songs. So check out later, probably sometime this summer, early fall, for a video, maybe of me doing my top 10 Air Supply songs, because I've listened to them a lot. I've never talked about them. And then number 10 is a wild card as well. It is England Dan and John Lord Conley. I hope I said his name right. I hope I said his name right. Anyways, they are like a little bit of a wild card. I really like listening to like some of they're just like random tracks I listen to. So really Love to See You Tonight. And then there's another one that I can't remember right now. I did not write it down, but it's off of one of those albums from like 75, 76, somewhere around there. But that is my top 10 plus top 5 other artists of the month. If you made it this far in this video, thank you guys so much for watching this new video on my channel. If you guys really like this mini series, give this video a big thumbs up. Shout out to Sissy, my sister Sammy, for starting this series on her channel, and I just like borrowed inspiration from it. I think it's crazy when you sit down and like look at everything like once a month, more than just like Spotify Wrapped does at the end of the year, because like you reflect back and then like literally by the end of the year you'll be like, oh my gosh, all these artists you listen to are all compiled into the one big list. This is cool to see, like tracking your music taste throughout the year. I think that's just so cool. Maybe I'm just like one of those weird people. And also it's weird to see that I actually have a modern day artist as my number one. Like, not number two, number one. Why am I putting, I don't know why I put up 2 fingers. But seeing that Spencer's number one now, like I've literally watched it the last couple months just go up. But hey, his music's good. So if you guys need somebody that's kind of like 70s vibes but from modern day, Spencer will be your go-to, besides all my other lovely people that I listen to from the Sundays. But I'll catch you guys in one of my next videos. Have a peace too. Love you, bye.